Hey guys, welcome back. This is video 3 of 3 videos to cover the category of employees, servants, and slaves. I'm Judith, my husband Mikhail. Alright, so this video is mostly directed to the Hebrew maidservant and the enslaves, Hebrew and Canaanite.
So real quick, while she's looking, the slavery comment, for those of you who haven't seen the other 2 videos, slavery has to deal with really 2 aspects. One of them has to do with being instituted as a slave through crime and punishment through a judiciary branch of the legal system of Judaism. The other half is a voluntary aspect of slavery, which a Israeli may submit into servitude to another Israeli.
All right. I couldn't really identify if it's only Canaanite slaves, all slaves, or if it looks like it may include any slave.
It's interesting in the Hasidic commandment, that it is directed towards a Canaanite. But this is something for you to look at yourself.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Commandment 196, to redeem a Hebrew maidservant. Exodus 21 verse 8, the Chabad has it listed as 511, redeem Jewish maidservants.
Shemot 21:8, if she is displeasing to the eye of her master, who should have designated her for himself, he shall assist in her redemption. He shall not have the power to sell her to a strange man, for he has betrayed her.
Commandment 197, not to sell a Hebrew maidservant to another person. Exodus 21 verse 8 again, the Chabad has it listed as 513, the master must not sell his maidservant.
Shemot 21:8, if she is displeasing in the eyes of her master, who should have designated her for himself, he shall assist in her redemption. He shall not have the power to sell her to a strange man, for he had betrayed her.
Commandment 198, to espouse a Hebrew maidservant. Exodus 21 verse 8 and 9, the Chabad has it listed as Commandment 512, betroth the Jewish maidservant.
Shemot 21:8 and 9, if she is displeasing in the eyes of her master, who should have designated her for himself, he shall assist in her redemption. He shall not have the power to sell her to a strange man, for he had betrayed her. Verse 9, if he had designated her for his son, he shall deal with her according to the rights of the young women.
Thank you. Commandment 199, to keep the Canaanite slave forever. Leviticus 25:46, and the Chabad has it listed as Commandment 514. Canaanite slaves must work forever unless the owner amputates one of his limbs. So I looked into that, and the context is Exodus 21, verse 26 and 27. I was trying to learn for myself, why do they expand and say an amputation of a limb? So it's just almost a consequence. If there's a cause of a limb being removed, then they get to be set free.
Okay, I'm at Exodus 21, 26 through 27. What is the actual commandment from? You said Leviticus what?
And the actual commandment is found in Leviticus 25, verse 46.
Okay, just making sure I'm in the right spot. So, context first. Shemot 21, 26, and 27. If a man shall strike the eye of his slave or the eye of his maidservant and destroy it, he shall set him free in return for his eye. 27. If he knocks out the tooth of his slave or the tooth of his maidservant, he shall set him free in return for his tooth. And then looking at the commandment itself, this comes in for Vayikra, Leviticus 25, 46. You shall hold them as a heritage for your children. After you inherit as a possession, you shall work with them forever. But with your brethren, the children of Israel, a man with his brother, you shall not subjugate him through hard labor.
All right, moving on. Commandment number 200.
Woohoo!
So we reached 200.
Baruch Hashem.
Not to surrender a slave who has fled to the land of Israel to his owner who lives outside Palestine. Do not surrender him back to the owner. Sorry, I had to reread it for myself. Deuteronomy 23, verse 16. The Chabad has it listed as 515 not to extradite a slave who has fled to biblical Israel.
Devarim 23, verse 16 states, "You shall not turn him over to his master, a slave who is rescued from his master to you."
We good?
Let me read that one more time. "You shall not turn over to his master a slave who is rescued from his master to you." Grammar.
Okay. Commandment 201. We're going to continue with that statement. It says not to wrong such a slave. Deuteronomy 23, verse 17. In some Bibles, it's listed as verse 16. But continue to 17.
Devarim 23. Do you want me to start at 16? 16 and 17?
No, you
Or just
read
17? Okay, I'm just
yeah.
asking. "He shall dwell with him he shall dwell with you in your midst, in whatever place he will choose in one of your cities, which is beneficial to him. You shall not taunt him."
And I forgot to mention that the Chabad has it listed as Commandment 516, not to wrong a slave who's come to Israel for refuge. And then the final commandment for this video and for this category is Commandment 202, not to muzzle a beast while he is working in produce, which it can eat and enjoy. Deuteronomy 25, verse 4, the Chabad has it listed as Commandment 523, not to muzzle an ox while plowing.
Devarim 24:4. "You shall not muzzle an axe."
25.
Oh, I'm sorry, 25.
Okay.
25:4. "You shall not muzzle an ox in its threshing."
That's it. The end. Thank
Shalom.
you.